Well, hello there, my darlings. Happy Tuesday to all of you, and welcome back to a speed build. A speed build on a Tuesday. I know, I've never seen anything like it, but here we are. Here we are with a speed build. I just had this video prepped and done and ready and raring to go before I did with the other videos that I've got prepared for this week. So I thought, you know what? We're going to go ahead and put this one out on Tuesday instead. And this is what I came up with. A little, like, modern... Well, it's a couple of houses here. A couple of long houses on... I can't remember how big this lot is. I think it's a 30 by 30 lot in the world of Britechester, which is the world that came with the Discover University expansion. And it's a modern Mews house. A Mews house is like one of those little backstreet, not backstreet really, but they're kind of like tucked away in alleyways around the UK, primarily in London. And I really wanted to give my own version of it, like a little modern twist. And this is what I've come up with. And here we are, again, using some custom content. But I really wanted both of these. I decorate both of these houses as well. So there are two houses on this lot. They're very similar. They're exactly the same in floor plan and stuff. But what I actually do is decorate them a little bit differently on either side. One of them I go for a bit more of a contemporary vibe. And the other one I go for a little bit more, still contemporary, but it's slightly more rustic and a bit more darker. I just wanted a little bit of different styles between them. But they've both got 2 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms. They've got a big, long, open plan living, kitchen, dining area with a little walled-in courtyard moment as well. You can see what I'm doing with the windows at the top here as well. Because these windows kind of look out onto the other building, I wanted to have some privacy factors. So I've done these little skylights at the top here. Then I put these long windows here from Charlie Pancakes. And it just acts as like a nice big like boxed skylight on those rooms. And I really loved it. I really loved how the effect of that, especially in game, looks really good. And you'll see that in the little video tour coming up. Yes, you will. Now, this week on the channel, what is happening, you may ask? Well, I'm going to be doing a little starter home in a very niche world. That is coming up this week. I am also going to be, obviously, we're getting some more Let's Build the Worlds in. We are working on that penthouse. But this week, I am also taking my PC in to finally get, working so I can download the EA app. Because as we all know, the new expansion is coming out this week and I need to be able to play it. I need to be able to have a look at it. So fingers crossed, they have penciled me in for this Friday so they can, do what they need to do for my PC. And hopefully I'll get everything working again, including the EA app, and I won't have to worry anymore. Because it's been a pain in the ass to do this for these last few months. But, you know, it couldn't be helped. It couldn't be helped at all. So that's what was coming up this week, my darlings. Yes, it is. So this is like a little entrance area. I still wanted some privacy here. So you can see I've put in quite like a high sort of half wall and a little fenced in moment, but with some greenery and stuff around as well. And you can obviously see what I'm doing now is just pulling everything, what I've already pre-planned out into this area. So this is the more contemporary house. We go for lots of semi-industrial hits everywhere here and there. But I really wanted this just to have a nice sort of, I don't know, contemporary flair. So we use a lot of that new modular sofa there is from Pierresim, part of David's apartment collection, which is such a lovely collection. I've been really enjoying using that lately, as are the shelves and the rug on the floor there, the rug down on the floor. It just all fits. It really, really fits into these spaces. Really does. Love the layout of these houses as well. I really loved playing around with the layout of these. I don't know, just feels very semi-realistic to me, and I'm kind of vibing with that indeed. But yeah, look at these shelves. They're so bloody gorgeous. Pierresim is an absolute genius. And yeah, it just fit into this house perfectly. It really did. In my head, this couple living in here were maybe slightly older, maybe in their 30s. I mean, that's not slightly older, but in my head, they had maybe like a teen, like a young teen, like child. So I made sure to do like a bit more of a semi-neutral teen themed bedroom in this house as well. And then the other one, I'll talk about that a bit later. We're on to the kitchen now. So we go for this kitchen here. I can't remember. Is that it is? Yeah, it's the I always forget the name, and this is the Colourpop kitchen. I can't remember, but it's from Harry and Felix, and I bloody love it. It fit into this space perfectly. It really, really did. Had a bloody... I had a lot of fun playing around with both sides of the house with this. I only finished up furnishing this on... I think I finished up this morning, sorry. Yes, I did. I had a couple of bathrooms to furnish still. But I had a right laugh doing this. I've kept all of the exposed, like polished concrete flooring and then all of the build throughout on both sides. Has got exposed brick all the way through as well. I've really wanted to keep the exposed brick on the interiors. So maybe like these were older houses, like older Mews houses. But what they've done is the architects kind of like revamped them, put new windows in here and there, and just completely and utterly modernized it for today's living. And I think that works quite nicely in this little space. Very nice indeed. We do a little dining table here. I played around with the open plan, like the open plan floor plan on both sides. I go for a little bit of differing vibes between each of them, and you'll see that a little bit further on. Yes, you will. We keep this space a little bit more. For the kitchen, we do a big island in the next one as well. I just wanted to play around with, different shapes and sizes and stuff, and I just think it came together really nicely. But you'll have to let me know down below in the comment box below. I've been absolutely loving reading your comments, so keep them bloody coming, darlings. Now, this is the first courtyard garden. This one here is a little bit more of a relaxed vibe, like soft furnishings out here, like the coffee table, all of that kind of good stuff. Outside dining, an olive tree. But in the next one, because in my head, the couple that were living in the next house, they're a little bit more into fitness and stuff. So I made sure to I do a little plunge pool in their courtyard garden, and their balconies make use of like yoga mats and stuff and meditation areas. Whereas this couple, I would imagine they like to entertain a little bit more. So I made sure that this is the balcony off. Well, it's not really a balcony. It's like a roof garden, really. The roof garden off of the hallway upstairs, they've both got them. And that one's a little bit more of an entertainment space because obviously it's got a barbecue and stuff on it. But yeah, came together beautifully. But you will see in a lot more detail when we go into the what were we going to say? Video tour. There we go. Now, this is the office. This is the office off of the main living area. In my head, I reckon the couple here was maybe they work from home. Maybe one of them's an architect. I had that in my head. So maybe they had something to do with the build, like these builds, and they just fell in love with it and wanted to live there. So I made sure to add little like references to that with the little like sculpture of the building and stuff on the desk and stuff. And using a lot of Felix's Berlin collection, because that really caters to the kind of architect kind of vibe, really does. But yeah, really I loved playing around with this. Loved this office as well. We put some nice blinds up on the window there. Those are from Pierre Sim's mid-century modern collection, and they just worked really well with this space in here, really did. This little corner over here, I was like, oh, that's going to be a perfect place to have like one of those, was it like a Herman Miller chair? Is that what they're called? Is that what these were called? I can't remember, but I thought it was the perfect space for them to come in. That would piss me off if the ottoman was on like wheels. Can you imagine trying to like sit comfortably on that and you're like slowly wheeling across the concrete? That's just my head saying that. It's just my head saying that. But yeah, cute little office, really nice. Now this is the main bedroom upstairs. So I again, keeping it contemporary, like the house itself. I've just really wanted to play around with floor plans. I do them very similarly, but they're both completely different. The bedroom here and next door, in style and also in position. The actual layout of it, they're completely different. And I just think it really works nicely. I really do. I love those blinds. Don't get to use them very often because they don't really go much with the builds that I do. But I think for this house here being very contemporary, I think it works quite nicely. Indeed. And I put a shelf up right at the back of the bed as well, just to have something a little bit different going along the back wall there. And it looks really good. It looks really good in gameplay and stuff. I've been testing it all and making sure everything works. And again, as I said, once I actually have my gallery again, I think I've got about 15 builds or something to get up on the gallery. So you're going to you have to hold your horses, but they will be there. They will be there for you, my loves. And so will I. Yes, I will indeed. And this is the kind of teen bedroom that I was talking about. So it's very neutral. But what I really wanted it to have kind of like different areas to it. So I kind of like fenced off one area, not fenced off, but blocked off one area with a sofa. Only used a single bed in this room as well, because I really wanted to have like a desk like area and also a big dressing area with lots of clothes and stuff. So small room, but lots of different like little nooks and crannies where you can come and do different things. And I liked that. And the flow out of it just works really well. The Sims can get around this as well. So it's player tested and looking rather delicious, if I do say so myself. It really came together quite nicely, I think. Loved it. Absolutely loved it. And this is one of those rooms as well with that like pocket window at the top there with the skylight. So the amount of light that you get in this room is rather lovely indeed. And it's nice and private as well. Even though this room does look out onto the next door neighbours, it doesn't look out because you can't see it. It's too tall for your Sims to actually get up there. But it is adjacent next to the other neighbour's roof garden. There we go. I got there in the end. I thought I was going to be worse today, loves, because I did have a weekend out. I haven't been out in a very long time, and I went out this weekend with friends. So I thought I was going to have proper muddled brain. But I'm not doing too badly. But I do have a friend's birthday coming up this weekend. And that is it. I'm not going out again until months and months. Because I can't handle it anymore. I cannot handle it anymore. I was absolutely dying on the Sunday. It really was. I just can't do that to my body anymore. Really can't. So I'm not going to. Decided. Anyway, into the bathroom. Now this, I did record 2 other bathrooms, but I promise you now, it is not like, I don't know what went on with them when I put them into my editing software. They just looked really janky and jumpy. I don't know what was going on with it. So I just got rid of them. And this is the only bathroom you're going to see furnished. But you will see the other bathrooms in the video tour. I'm going to record all of them for you so you can see them. But we're on the other house now. So as I said, I wanted this house to be a little bit more, not rustic. Rustic's the wrong word to use. It's still contemporary, but it's a little bit more relaxed. Lots more plants in here and a little bit more cluttered than the last place. But I still wanted that contemporary edge to kind of like shine through. But I do pop a lot of more darker wood tones in this house, and a few more hints of color here and there, but I'm still in that neutral era, my darlings. I really am. But I think it came through quite nicely in this house. But yes, you can imagine how much these houses would bloody cost in London as well. Like, they would be millions. They really would. London is very overpriced, very much is. And yeah, people are struggling to live there, to be honest with you. They really, really are. I'm just checking Daisy out on my little... Oh, she's just fell asleep. I'm looking at my puppy cam. I've kept her downstairs because she's being really noisy. Only for this video, though. Only for my voiceover, but I've got my camera on and she's gone to sleep now. She's fine. She's fine. So this is the main living area anyway. That is a TV up on the wall. It is Harry and Felix's like frame, like Samsung frame TV. So this would be a nice area for these guys to kind of like, you know, hang out and la-da-da. I just think it would be rather delicious to have a house like this. Wish we could just have like lots next to each other so I could build multiple of these and just have loads of Sims living in them. But then with open neighborhoods as well. I would like that too. Thank you. But yeah, one can dream. Maybe one day. It's not happening. It's absolutely not happening. Is any of you excited for the expansion pack out there? I won't lie to you. The build and buy looks great from what I've seen so far. So that's the one thing I'm going to be excited about. I've got past the point now of being excited for gameplay because it just disappoints me every time. And I've yet to see the world properly. I'm going to wait until I get the pack myself. But let me know if you're excited for it down below. I'm not that excited for it at all. Horses, meh. I do love my horses, but I don't know. I'll hold off until I've got the pack. Let's just say that, and then I'll give my opinion once I've got it. There we go. So this is the kitchen. We've used Pierre Sim's rolled scoff, I think that's how you say it, kitchen, which I absolutely love. It comes in some beautiful tones, and I really wanted to go for this pure dark wood tone in this kitchen. And I think it really worked. I was trying out a few sinks on the island there, but for some reason it just wasn't working right. So I decided to get rid and put the sink over by that window. And that window's really long and you can see right out into the park below it as well and by the water. So I just thought it was the perfect. I made sure to have a look at all of the views from this house just to get the best of them. But yeah, I'm using also Pierre Sim's David's apartment. I think that's what it's called. Is it this one? Is this David's apartment? I can't remember. It's the pantry. And it comes with these like doors and stuff. It took me a little while to figure it out. I was lifting stuff up with the 9 key and stuff. But I made this like little pantry area. Ignore what I'm doing now. I put in like a coffee machine and stuff in here and then do like a little, what do they call? Overhang. I don't know. What was it called? No idea. Something that goes over the top like that. But I just didn't like the way that I cut into these counters and stuff. It just... So I get rid of that and I put a normal coffee machine in there. Plus some new pots and pans to hang up on the wall from Felixander. And they're absolutely gorgeous. They're from his new Chateau collection, which I bloody adore. It's one of my favorites. These here, look at those. Oh, that's my dream. But yeah, I put them in the pantry instead. And then I go behind this wall here with some wood, just again to bring that feeling of that really darker wood kind of look that we're going for in this place. And I think it worked. I really, really like the look of it. I like the vibe of it here. I don't know which house I prefer. You'll have to let me know which house you prefer down below. Do you prefer the more contemporary one or the more, what should we say this one? Earthy contemporary. That sounds so pretentious. But yeah, I don't know what one I prefer at all. I like them both equally. Anyway, we're out into their private courtyard now. This is where I put that little plunge pool. I put a little plunge pool down in this area. I'm going to play test it because I'm unsure if it's going to work or not because I had to use a platform next to it. My Sims have jumped in the pools next to platforms before, but sometimes they've not got into it. And I didn't play test the pool as well. Why didn't I do that? I'll make sure to do that. And if anything changes, then you know I had to maybe get rid of the pool. But it was quite simple there anyway. I put out some sun loungers and a couple of planters and stuff because there's 2 outdoor areas for this place as well, which is another bougie thing. That's why I'm reckoning if this was in London, they would be paying top dollar for these houses. They really, really would. But yeah, I just like the shape of them. I think they're really long and I don't know, kind of interesting. Yeah, very much for them indeed. So this is their balcony. So you can see those windows there off to the right. That's that bedroom next door. That's what I mean. It kind of looks over here, but it's really tall. So your Sims they would have to lift themselves up to look out or look in. So I was fine with that. And I just kind of had this area as like a nice meditation spot as well. I had a different kind of like feeling with the family that we're going to be living here. They're much more into earthy things and, you know, all of that kind of good stuff. And yeah, what am I looking for here? I have absolutely no idea what I'm looking for. What am I doing? Where are we going? We're going to Spa Day. Oh, these. I was going to put them up there first and I was like, nope, that looks weird. Took that away. And I ended up putting them down here as well. I used to use these to death, those Spa Day window boxes, but haven't used them in a very long time. Now, this is next door's... I'm not going to call... It kind of is an office, but I wanted a lot more... a bigger, relaxed vibe in here. So I used softer, warmer tones. And the shutters on the windows as well. Decided to go for Harry's shutters on the windows. I can't remember what collection that came with. Those shutters, but I absolutely love them. But yeah, and this is the spare bedroom. We start with the spare bedroom this time. So in my head, maybe the couple that live here have friends stay over quite a bit. So I decided on like separating the room off with that glass divider from Harry's brownstone collection. I think it's from a brownstone collection. So there is a separate bedroom area. But I really also wanted to have this area as a gym area as well. Remember, I was saying like the couple that lived here was very much into their fitness. So I ended up squeezing a treadmill, but also a weight machine in here as well. And it works. I play tested this and it's all fine. They get through there quite nicely. And I just thought that was a nice neutral room, really. Very nice indeed. So this is the final room. This is the main bedroom for this house. Again, as I said, keeping it in a bit more earthy tones. So we've got to go for lots of dark woods and dark greens and stuff in here as well. Oh, I can hear Daisy crying. I'm coming, darling. But anyway, I'm going to leave you. I'm going to go and save my puppy from the drama that she's having downstairs. And I will be back tomorrow with some more Let's Build the Worlds. Goodbye, my darlings.